How's it going, ladies and Bruces? I'm Bobby Sixkill and welcome back to Corpse Factory. We now have ourselves a corpse to work on in our factory. That's why it's called Corpse Factory. Anyway, let's get back to it, shall we? We arrived at the factory after a brief pit stop in my apartment to collect my makeup kit. Kojiro managed to fix the lock on the front entrance, meaning we didn't have to try and shimmy a cadaver through the side window. He even found the proper key for the place on one of the rusted workbenches. Tomoe helped to drag a workbench to the center of the factory floor, and we hoisted the cadaver on top of it. Kojiro unwrapped it from the HRP, which he explained simply meant human remains pouch. Staring down at the body before me, I now begin to wonder why I freaked out so much at the morgue. It's just a body, a lifeless thing that was once somebody, but now has no meaning in its existence.
It's kind of gross, but it's not really that bad.
Ugh. I'm glad you've come around, but I still don't want nothing to do with it.
Right, so we're here. We got your body. What now?
I fetched my makeup kit from the floor beside the workbench and place it next to the corpse.
We are going to make this body look as close as possible to this girl.
I flashed my phone at Kojiro and Tomoe, showing off the photo of Emi Katsuno. That was submitted to Corpsekill's website.
Right, but why?
Because then we can photograph it and convince the victim, Emmy, that it's her own dead body.
Why?
I furrow my brow. Kojiro coughs in an attempt to hide his laughter.
That's how Corpse Girl does things.
I don't know, sounds like a shit plan. We went to all that effort to steal a dead body and you just want to take photos of it?
Look, so far I've done everything with photo manipulation. And sometimes it's successful, like with Akane Tsurumaki.
That bitch?
It convinced her to kill herself. But I'll admit that it hasn't worked so well on Corpse Girl's other victims.
So you think repeating the same thing that don't work over and over again will eventually work?
She's got a point, Noriko. Corpse Girl doesn't have the best track record. Maybe something has to change.
But what? This is the way I've always done things, and...
I hang my head into feet. I don't know what to do. I spent all morning crafting fake videos of my 3 victims, but for what purpose? They're not going to convince anyone to kill themselves. Now I'm standing here in the factory looking at a corpse that I want to desecrate as Emi Katsuno, just so I can take photographs of it. And there's no point in doing so. I've already crafted the photo of Emi's death, so why am I here? What the hell am I doing?
You two are right. I can't keep going on like this. I've already crafted a photo of this victim's death. So I really don't know why I let it get so far. I guess I didn't truly think we'd pull this off. I kind of just went along with Kojiro's suggestion to go to the morgue.
Hey, don't pin it on me. This is your scheme.
The weirdo is right. This is on you, Noriko.
They're right. They're both spot on. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just wasting my time. Their time. I'm wasting Corpsekill's time.
Here, give me your phone.
Without waiting for approval, Tomoe snatches my phone out of my hands. She swipes past the photo of Emi and then swipes back to it.
Yo, you said you already made the corpse photo. Where is it?
I don't keep it on my phone. That would be stupid. The only copy is still on my laptop at home.
But you've got a photo of this bitch on your phone.
Well, yeah. I just pulled it from her noise profile earlier. It's exactly the same image that was uploaded to Corpse Girl's website, though.
Right.
Hold it. How did you know the Vic's name? Corpse Girl doesn't ask for a name.
Oh, this girl... I actually went to school with her. It's a coincidence, I assure you.
Uh-huh.
Look, that doesn't matter, does it?
Well, tell me what the corpse photo looks like.
Well, it wasn't my most creative work. I had 3 requests to fulfill in a short amount of time, so I kinda made them all similar. I made it look like this girl, Emmy, fell from a tall building and splattered on the pavement.
Fucking lame.
Yeah. Why did you want to know, anyway?
Well, I've got an idea for you. I know, I'm just the driver and all, but you've dragged me in this far, so at least let me make a suggestion, Kay?
Okay, go ahead.
We've got this here body. You've got a corpse photo of the bitch all locked and loaded. Let's kick it up a notch. Take your time to apply makeup. Make the body really look like the victim. Send her the corpse photo first, and then we'll deliver this body to the bitch.
Deliver the body?
We rock a better joint, leave the dead body on her doorstep, and then we fucking get out of there. Can you imagine how fucking scary it would be to come face to face with your own corpse? Think about it from her perspective. She gets a photo of her own dead body, right?
And then she gets her own dead body.
Then, like, hours later, just as she's trying to get it out of her mind, her own corpse shows up at her house. She'll fucking snap, I guarantee it. Hell, I probably would too, and I know what's going on.
I can't believe it. Tomoe has completely lost the plot. Her plan is incredibly devious. It's almost evil, and I'm in love with the idea. I'm in love with the idea of delivering a person's own corpse to them before they kill themselves.
Tomoe!
Despite my own nature, I find myself throwing myself at Tomoe and wrapping my arms around her.
Yo, what the?
I bury my head between her neck and shoulder, the warmth of her body radiating through my own cold and clammy form. I start to sob uncontrollably. Maybe I still have tears left over from my incident at the morgue, or maybe I'm just truly happy at this moment.
Tomoe! Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Your idea is brilliant. It's perfect. Oh, I can't think of a better way to bring Corpse Girl's plans to fruition.
I mean, I just said the first thing that came to mind, so... But hey, I'm real glad you like the idea. I'm happy to help.
I wipe my eyes, but I don't let go of Tomoe.
Hell. I wonder if you'd make a better Corpse Girl than me.
Nah, don't be stupid. I just had one good idea is all. Now, come on. It ain't like you to get all sappy. Pick yourself up, yeah?
Right. In a moment.
I nuzzle my cheek further into Tomoe's neck and feel his skin prickle under my breath. She tenses up a little bit, but doesn't push me away.
You're so warm.
Jeez. Come on now, we've got work to do.
Okay.
I reluctantly step back from Tomoe and wipe my eyes. Tomoe's a little red in the face. She ruffles the collar of her shirt and fans her face.
He never had a girl cling to me like that before. Better not tell Shinya in case he gets real jealous.
Kojiro was silent. He seems to be simply observing at the moment. I take a second to compose myself. Tomoe's right. We do have work to do. I look at the corpse atop the table, patiently waiting for us to conclude our discussion. I almost wish I was as patient as the dead.
We starting?
Yes. Let's do this.
Mad. Few things to keep in mind. Putting makeup on a cadaver isn't as simple as you think. This one's already decomposing. Not all the makeup will take. Put a little extra on. Don't be stingy. It doesn't help that the body is ice cold. Now, if we had a space heater, we could warm it up. That would help the makeup stick. But it'll speed up decomposition.
We can't have it decomposing any faster. It's already out of cold storage, so I imagine we don't have long as it is.
Right. We're going to want to deliver it to your Vic soon, like less than 24 hours soon.
That's fine.
Yo, what about timing the delivery? Corpse Girl's photos have a... what's it called? A timestamp?
Yeah, I timestamped the photos with a supposed time of death. I usually set it to a little after the time the victim receives the photo. Sometimes a few hours, sometimes a whole day.
Uh-huh. I get it. Well, like, for best effect, we're gonna want to deliver the corpse before the time marked on the photo, right? That way, the Vic gets the photo and the corpse before the set time. Creates a kind of ticking time bomb. Should convince him to off himself before time's up.
That makes sense. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, so, what time did you write on this Emmy chick's corpse photo?
I scratch my head and try to think about it. It's hard to recall since I crafted 3 different photos at the same time. I'm pretty confident I lined them all up one after another, an hour gap in between each one.
7:28 a.m. tomorrow.
We gotta deliver the corpse before then, huh?
Oh man, that's an early morning.
Too early. Usually asleep.
Exactly.
Well, you're gonna have to get your ass up early for Noriko.
For Corpse Girl.
Kojiro groans, but he doesn't object further.
So, I'll send the photo out when I get home tonight. Emmy will receive it before she goes to bed for the night. It should shake her a little.
Then, in the morning, she'll wake up to her doorbell ringing and a corpse left on her doorstep.
That should be enough to do the trick.
Think you're both forgetting something. Where are we delivering the corpse?
Are you dense? We're delivering it to this Emmy bitch's home.
Sure, of course. But where does she live? Got her address?
Oh,
Ah, shit.
A hole in the plan, a massive flaw that we completely overlooked. Our stunned silence is the only way to know Kojiro, to answer Kojito's needs. The only answer Kojiro needs. Surely, like if you know her name, you can find out where she lives. Shouldn't be that hard.
This whole thing is a bust. Kinda disappointed in you, Noriko. Thought Corpse Girl was some mastermind. Some genius worth worshipping.
I don't have a response to that comment. Bile begins to rise in my throat as a pit opens inside my stomach.
Turns out everything so far has been sheer luck. Well, I'm out. Use the factory if you want, but I'm not sticking around.
Kojiro waves half-heartedly and walks away. I can't say anything to stop him. My thoughts are frozen, locked in place, chained down by humiliation and anxiety.
Hold up just one fucking second.
Of course, Tomoe never fails to grab someone's attention. Kojiro turns back.
We're just getting started here. Of course there's gonna be hiccups. We'll iron out all the details as we go. Don't just abandon Noriko like that. Corpse Girl has done more for me than you'll ever know.
That's so?
Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna stand by her side. If you're a coward, feel free to bow out now. But if Noriko means anything to you, anything at all, then just swallow your fucking doubts and help her out.
Tomoe. I never thought she'd be one to make a rousing speech. Short and simple though it was.
Right. Suppose we did make a deal after all. Though, nothing really stopping me from taking cadavers from the morgue whenever I want now. Still, I guess I'll help you out. But if this keeps going astray, I really will walk away.
Fine, but follow through on this one victim at least.
I managed to gather up enough strength to make a simple plea.
Please, I can't do this without you.
Okay. Find Emi's address. If Tomoe drives, I'll handle moving the corpse in the morning.
I nod firmly.
Okay, I'll work it out. Thank you, Kojiro.
Kojiro waves once again and takes his leave. The heavy steel door at the front of the factory slams shut behind him.
Phew. Okay, got any ideas?
Maybe one. Can you call Shinya? Ask him if he remembers Emi Katsuno from school, and see if he knows where she lives.
Shinya? Oh yeah. He said once that you went to school together. Guess he might know Emi too, huh?
My thoughts exactly. I'm going to make a call as well.
Aoi. I quickly make a call to Aoi. As the phone is ringing, I look up at the skylight above. The sun has nearly disappeared from the sky and we're running out of light. If there was electricity connected here, we wouldn't have a problem, but if it gets much darker than this, we're going to struggle to apply makeup to the cadaver.
Noriko? Hey, me again. Feels like we just spoke this morning, hey?
It was this morning.
Yeah. Listen, just a quick question. Do you remember Emi Katsuno from school?
Katsuno? Okay, that's really freaky, Noriko.
Huh? What is?
I bumped into Katsuno just today at the mall.
You're kidding.
I'm serious. She was pretty distressed, actually. She just got fired from her job.
I see.
Actually, it's kind of funny. I spoke with you about Corpse Girl's website this morning, and I spoke to Katsuno about it too.
Really?
Seems like there's someone she wanted dead. Maybe. I'm not sure. Perhaps her boss that fired her?
Interesting.
Why are you asking about her anyway?
It's an odd question, but do you happen to know where she lives?
Yes.
Wait, seriously?
Mm-hmm. Want me to send you her address? Are you going to visit her?
Oh, Howie. If you could send her address, then I'll really owe you one.
Sure. I'll text it through.
I didn't think you'd actually know it, but I wanted to ask anyway.
No problem. I followed her home today from the mall, so I guess it worked out well for you.
Hang on. Aoi followed Emi home from the mall like she stalked her?
What did you say?
Oh, I followed Emi home today. I got in the train carriage behind hers. Well, don't worry. She didn't see me.
Howie, what are you talking about?
Well, I wanted to find out if she was going to use Corpse Girl's website, since I recommended it to her and all.
I don't know what to say.
Hey, I'm still at work, okay? I shouldn't really be talking on the phone. We'll chat later. Bye-bye.
Howie, wait, don't hang up.
The phone call ends abruptly. I'm baffled by the fact that Aoi followed Emi home. I can't quite figure out what must have been going through her head at the time. But right now I don't have the time to worry about it. I need to finish up here at the factory. I notice that I have an unread message on my phone. I open it up to find Aoi has sent me Emmy's full address.
Well, at least I got the address.
You got it? Nice. Shinya barely remembered the chick, apparently, so it wasn't really helpful, sorry.
No trouble. We got what we needed. It's getting dark. Help me put some makeup on the corpse.
Okay, show me that photo of Emmy again. We better do this properly.
Right. Here.
I bring up the photo and we examine it closely before setting to work. By the time I get home, I'm completely drained. I barely have the energy to open the front door. Today was an ordeal. It dragged on forever and ever, and yet it still felt like I didn't have enough time to get everything done. After changing out of my vomit-stained clothes, I make myself a cup of tea. I'm hoping a few sips will help me relax and unwind. I sit down on the couch, cup in hand. When it's cool enough to drink, I take a sip and feel a bit better. I feel a little bit of today's pressure lift from my shoulders. My laptop is sitting next to me. I know I shouldn't bite off more than I can chew today. If I check for new requests, I'll probably regret it. I unfold the laptop and navigate to Corpse Girl's website. One new request. Shit. These are really beginning to pile up. I can't restrain myself from opening the request. Request details. Today, 3:03 PM local time. Victim's phone. Downloading image attachment. The request came in while I was busy with Kojiro and Tomoe, probably around the time that we were at the morgue. The image of the victim downloads. I stare intently at the picture of my oldest... Oh my god, that's her older sister? I didn't even put two and two together. Well, that's the last one at that shop. Man, that shop is going to be understuffed. They have 4 employees and they're all going to die. Just the manager will be left. Yuriko Kurosawa. 28 years old, senior high school dropout. Currently on parole after a short second stint in prison. Yuriko. What are the odds of you appearing here on my screen in my life at this moment? I haven't spoken to you for so long, I haven't seen you. I haven't even received contact from you. I need to ignore it. Why are you here now? Why does someone want you dead? I suppose it's not that hard to think why someone would request your death. I'm sure you have a lot of enemies thanks to the crew that you run with. But for someone to actually use Corpse Girl's website to request your death, it's coincidental. Too coincidental, just like everything that's been happening lately. Yuriko, I hate you so much. You abandoned me when I needed you. You abandoned Mother, even though she abandoned us first. I hate you. Corpse Girl never refuses a request. It's one of her convictions. I'll never refuse a request. Yeah, we'll see about that. I close the laptop's lid and rub my eyes. I'm tired. I'm so fucking tired. I know how you feel, man. And I don't even go around killing people. And I'm tired, so I can't imagine how tired you are.
She's dead. Splattered in the flower bed. Probably matches the photo you sent. Wish I'd seen that.
Thanks, Kojiro. And thank Tomoe for me.
No prob.
Where are you, anyway?
Parking lot across the road. Perfect view of her apartment. People are coming outside. Must have heard the splat. Mad. We'd better gun it. See ya.
Okay, bye.
I hang up the phone and a smile fights its way across my tired face. Emi Katsuno is dead. She killed herself thanks to the trauma of discovering her own corpse at her doorstep. Even though I forgot to send a corpse photo last night, I nearly fucked up our entire plan due to how exhausted I was. By some stroke of luck, I managed to wake up early this morning. Thankfully, my first thought upon waking was to send the photo. Emi would have received the picture only an hour before the time marked on it. It was a close call. A very close call. But I can't help but wonder if it worked in our favour. Kojiro and Tomoe rushed over to her apartment to deliver the corpse, forcing Emi into a confrontation with the photo, an imminent time of death, and then the delivery of her own corpse all in the space of an hour worked to our advantage. It worked so well that I'm starting to consider making this our regular mode of operation. I glance at the burner phone atop the coffee table. Since Emi is already dead, there's no point in me waiting 24 hours to discard it. I'll get rid of it right away. After that, I'll have to figure out what to do with the other remaining requests. I still have 2 photos of victims that I crafted on the same day. I made Emi's photo. With all the urgency of plotting Emi's demise, I didn't have a chance to send them. I'll have to edit them a little bit because the timestamps on them are now out of date, but that's okay. It's a quick fix. And then there's the request for Yuriko Kurosawa. I'll need to deal with that too. Eventually. It sounds like you got an axe to grind with her anyway, so that might make you feel better. A quiet morning at the library is just what I need to escape from the chaotic whirlwind that I've been trapped in for the last few days. Or weeks. The place is silent as usual. There aren't many people around. I managed to find a seat in my favourite reading nook, and I leave my belongings in a chair to save my spot while I browse for a book to read. I can't bring myself to continue reading Strange Flower right now. Reading a book about corpses while trying to take a moment away from my own life is not going to work for me. I scan the bookshelves and look for something light to read. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Am I in the mood for a comedy? Probably not. A fantasy adventure? Maybe, though that's never really been my thing. Biographies are out of the question, so are history books. I can pretty much dismiss any non-fiction straight away. I'm just not in the mood. So what should I read? I thumb through a couple of trashy romance and light novels. The covers look appealing, and with attractive characters smiling and holding each other and falling in love. But the content within each one is utter crap. A housewife looks for love after her husband vanishes. A vampire lord seeks his vampire queen. A college student falls in love with his professor, only to find that she's his long-lost sister. It's all drivel. I could write better stories than these. Or maybe everyone thinks that way. No. No. I can't write for shit. Defeated, and I read a lot. Defeated, I put all the books back on the shelf and return to the chair I saved. I take a seat and simply browse through my noise feed on my phone. A few photos from my acquaintances, comments on the weather, a short essay on human rights, even a poem written in poor broken English. Trash, all of it. I used to love this inside, look at other people's lives. I lived for it. I thrived on it. I used to be aroused at the slightest glimpse to inside someone else's life. I couldn't go more than a few hours without browsing noise. But now, something's different. Something inside me has changed. I want to say that I've recently become cynical, jaded, but that wouldn't be accurate. I've been this way as long as I can remember. The appeal of voyeurism just isn't there anymore. My growing ability to manipulate the lives and deaths of other people has ruined any pleasure I once gleaned from simply spying on them. I need more people to die. Maybe then I'll find satisfaction, ecstasy, release. I lean back in the chair and fold my arms across my chest. My foot taps against the carpeted floor impatiently. I won't find comfort in this library. I won't find relaxation. I'll only find whatever elusive feeling I'm looking for once Corpse Girl's work is complete. I can't rest yet, not now that things are beginning to escalate. I could be orchestrating the deaths of 3 people right now, the 2 women that had their deaths requested at the same time as Emmy, and my very own sister, Yuriko. People are counting on me. People are counting on Corpse Girl to deliver her judgment. I hoist the strap of my handbag over my shoulder and stand up. It's time for Corpse Girl to usher in a new era of human suffering.
A bizarre string of similar deaths in Tokyo over the weekend have left police and detectives completely
I
baffled.
feel like we don't go to work very much anymore. That's the detective that tried to get us in trouble and tried to drag us in.
We have Chief Detective Fujikawa at the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department in the studio today to discuss the events. According to eyewitness reports, a young woman plummeted to her death from an apartment building on Saturday morning. 2 other women suffered a similar fate in different locations late on Sunday night. Police have not yet released information on the identities of the young women. Would you care to share your thoughts, Detective Fujikawa?
We cannot rule out the possibility of homicide in these cases. Police recovered additional bodies at the site of each death. In each instance, a look-alike corpse matching the appearance of the victim was found. This cannot be mere coincidence. I believe that a single perpetrator is behind the deaths of all 3 women. Leaving a look-alike corpse at the scene of each crime seems to be some sort of psychotic calling card. It's clear that the death of each victim was premeditated. In cases like these, the perpetrator is often looking to be caught, even if only subconsciously. It won't take long to track them down. Once forensic analysis reveals the identities of the look-alike corpses, we will be able to uncover how and where they were obtained.
Obviously, that's the first thing I said. Surely the dental records or something, you just look at that and check the DNA or whatever and you'd be like, oh yeah, this came from so-and-so's morgue. Oh, all these bodies came from so-and-so's morgue. Ooh, a connection, you know? Doesn't take a fucking genius.
We will bring the perpetrator to justice.
Wait, is that Shinya's dad? What's Shinya's last name? I've forgotten.
Police are urging citizens to be cautious in the coming weeks. If you see anyone behaving suspiciously, please call the following number.
Damn, this shit's really starting to blow up.
Yeah, It's about time.
3 deaths in 1 weekend. Corpse Girl is on fire.
She couldn't have done it without you. And Kojiro. So, thanks. I know those corpse deliveries yesterday were rather last minute.
No problem. Had nothing better to do anyway.
I've still got 1 victim ready to conquer, but I'm not sure when to go through with it.
What's the issue?
It's our sister.
It's someone I know.
So? Didn't bother you when we stuck it to that Emmy chick.
This is a little different. It's my sister.
Yo, hold up. You've got a sister?
Mm-hmm. Yuriko. She's older than me.
Shit. And like, someone requested her death through Corpse Girl's website?
Seems like it.
Jeez. What are the chances?
I'm wondering the same thing.
Well, think it over a bit longer. You might want to lay low for a while anyway. Sounds like Shinya's dad is all over this case.
It is Shinya's dad.
Sorry? Shinya's dad?
Fujikawa.
That detective guy, Fujikawa.
What? He's Shinya's dad?
Yep, friggin' scary guy. Had an awkward dinner with him and Shinya a while back.
Wow.
He is scary.
You know, I met him once before.
You did?
He certainly was intimidating. But don't worry, we only met by chance. Had nothing to do with Corpse Girl.
I don't know about that.
Alright, as long as he doesn't know your identity, you should be fine. Still, what's your next move?
I'll think over what to do about my sister for a little longer. But as soon as more requests come through the website, I'm going to fulfill them. I don't have the luxury of time. I can't just lay low, like you said.
Sheesh, when did you grow a pair?
I'm serious. I'm tired of lagging behind. Corpse Girl is on a winning streak now. It's up to me to keep it going.
Okay, well, just let me know when you need me.
Thanks. I will.
She's real into it now.
Well, back to work or whatever.
I turn back to my computer after Tomoe leaves. But if you start getting lots of requests, she was talking about monetizing it before and worrying about it tanking her requests, but now that she's got more than she can handle, seems like the perfect time to monetize that shit. 3 deaths in 1 weekend. Corpse Girl truly is at the top of her game. It was a bit of hard work, but in the end, I managed to pull through, thanks to a bit of luck, of course. Yesterday, after returning home from the library, I had a sudden burst of inspiration. I ran a reverse image search on the photos of the 2 women that were submitted to Corpse Girl's website. It was pretty easy to locate their noise profiles thanks to that. I was kind of shocked when I saw that we all shared 2 mutual friends on noise, Emi Katsuno and Yuriko Kurosawa. A bit of digging through their profiles revealed the names to be Fuyumi Amano and Manami Sachiko. They both worked at the same store as Emi, and my sister. It struck me that all these requests must be somehow related, but that didn't matter so much. Tracking down Amano and Sachiko's addresses wasn't as difficult as I'd feared. I contacted Tomoe and she told me that she was familiar with the store they worked at. She volunteered to head over there and see if she could access the employee records. Apparently the whole job was so easy that she managed to walk in and out in 3 minutes flat. She said that none of the staff even batted an eyelid as she walked in, and she simply strode into the back room, rummaged through the filing cabinet and then snapped a photo of the employee contact sheet. With that information at her disposal, nothing stood in our way of delivering lookalike corpses to their homes. A few hours shared between the morgue and the factory and it was done. Both Amano and Sachiko killed themselves within an hour of each other. So far, the kill rate of delivering a photo and then a corpse is 100%. I can only imagine the thoughts that must go through someone's mind when they're faced with their own corpse. The looming dread, hopelessness, and fear of inevitability have proven to be so overwhelming that suicide becomes the only viable option. Because of this development, I finally ruled out the possibility of Corpse Girl's victims being murdered by some mysterious stranger. I only ever invented the theory due to the strange circumstances in which Ruri Hatsuno died. After all, she was hung from a scarecrow in an uncannily similar fashion to the corpse photo I invented for her. None of the other victims' deaths since then have made me truly suspect that another party could be involved. All of them have clearly been suicides, or in the case of Aichi Hanada, coincidental accidents. Kotomi Ida's death was the outlier since she was likely killed out of self-defense. I'm about 90% certain that Corpse Girl's power lies in the ability to convince victims to end their own lives. There's no third-party murderer acting on her behalf. And I've begun to suspect that the power I hold is no esoteric arcane force, but it's not some supernatural art, it's not witchcraft or sorcery or some holy power bestowed upon me from on high. The power Corpse Girl holds is simple determination, grit, resolve. My will to end lives is what drives me to craft convincing corpse photos and deliver lookalike cadavers. That in itself is enough to act as a knife twisting in the victim's side. It's enough to compel those weak of heart and weak of mind to end their lives. If that's all my power ends up being, I'm happy. I'm happy that I can be the instrument that delivers corpse girls justice, regardless of whether it's through mundane or mysterious methods. As long as victims continue to drop like flies in the wake of corpse girls' ascension, I will remain content. And this is only the beginning. And with that, we're out of time for another day. Another day. I don't know how long this game is, but it ended up being quite a lot longer already than I expected, to be fair. Although, you know, it is mostly linear. I think it does have multiple endings, but it's obviously hasn't got like branching paths or whatever. So, yeah. But, cool. I mean, our new setup seems to work. Tomoe is really getting into it. She's like my favorite character now. Just like Miyu was like my favorite character in Danganronpa V3. Anyway, for similar reasons, I suppose. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks again, Alfie, and I'll see you in the next one.